The smallsberries taste like snowsberries.
Exactly. And
get it.
Hey, I'm Steve. Welcome to Spirit Speakeasy, and today I'm going to show you how to make the flip side. This is an old French cocktail with some interesting ingredients. We're going to start off by using local rye whiskey from Sugar House Distillery. It's grain to glass done in Salt Lake, so we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of Sugar House rye. Next, we're going to use 3/4 ounce of banana liqueur. Here in Utah, we're extremely limited on our selection for banana liqueur. So I am using LaRue, but you can use whatever you can get your hands on. This is where it gets interesting. This is tonka bean syrup. Tonka beans are an old ingredient that we don't see here much in the US. And its flavor has been described as vanilla, cherry, almond, and unicorn horn. We're going to use 1/2 ounce of tonka bean syrup. A little bit goes a long way with tonka beans. Very strong flavor. And reminds me a little bit of pipe tobacco. And then from here, we're going to put 1 egg white in our cocktail. Now it's important to not break the yolk, because that will ruin your drink. And before you ask, I've been making egg white cocktails for a very long time. I've never had anyone come down sick because of it. We're going to dry shake this to emulsify those egg whites and really get them frothing. About 20 seconds is really what you need. And now we're going to wet shake with ice. You're going to want to be careful because it's going to really want to expand. We're going to double strain this into a coupe glass. But leave a little room at the top. And we're going to top this with an English style ale. Here in Utah, there's no better English ale than proper beer. And there you have it, the flip side. Hi there, and welcome back to Spirit Speakeasy. I'm Steve, and today I have with me Sabra, Mike, Sarah, and Justin. And today we're going to be drinking a flip. A flip is a very old cocktail, dating back to 1695, where it was first found mentioned in the Webster's Dictionary, where they say, "Thus we live at sea, eat biscuit, and drink flip." A flip was traditionally rum, sugar, and some other things. They would take a red hot poker, usually wrought iron, and dunk it in the drink, and the bubbling would cause the drink to flip over and over and over again. Later on in the 1800s, it became more acceptable to add an egg because we shouldn't be waving red hot pokers around at the bar. No. And so that's what we have here today. This is our flip. It contains 2 ounces of Sugar House Distillery's rye, which is one of the best rye whiskeys available today.
Truly delightful.
It also contains a little bit of English ale, and there is a tradition going way back of adding beer to flips. This beer is the Proper English Ale from our own Proper Brewing Company of Salt Lake City. Now, the secret ingredient to this cocktail is tonka bean syrup. Now, tonka beans are kind of a contested subject right now. They're technically less than legal, but they're not really illegal either. Their flavor has been described as vanilla, cherry, almond, and unicorn horn. It's often used to flavor and steep pipe tobacco.
So what, unicorn horn?
Unicorn horn.
Is that like peppermint or mint or?
It's tonka bean. Not that I expect any of you at home to be able to see this, but this is a tonka bean. And so we made some tonka bean syrup and put it in with our Sugar House rye and our Proper Brewing beer, along with 3/4 of an ounce of banana liqueur. And we have this.
This is incredible.
And to me, this is just Christmas in a cup.
It is. Coupled
Really?
with the smell of the tinderbox.
So something amazing with this then is that I don't get any of the banana, which is a good thing since I hate banana.
You do?
But I love this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Banana?
I didn't
can't
know
stand
that.
Banana.
That is news to me.
Yeah, I'll eat them if I have to. They're not my favorite.
So this is LaRue. We use LaRue banana liqueur. We can only get 2 banana liqueurs in Utah, I
If
think.
we're lucky.
If
Yeah,
we're
I was about
lucky.
to say.
It's very cheap, $5. Yes. But really, the tonka beans and the rye are the stars here. The beer kind of comes in towards the end. You get that dry finish, at least for me.
I definitely say it's got that kind of eggnog texture,
Yeah.
right? Like a little bit of eggnoggy on the front, definitely from the egg, but the texture being a little bit thicker. But it does have that vanilla and almost tobacco flavor from the tonka bean, and then of course the Sugar House rye is just incredible in it.
Yeah. It really, I think it matches the spice.
It's like an adult malt.
I was gonna say, something coffee-ish
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
Definitely.
right? Do you get the coffee-ish?
It's got the dark flavors.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
this really rich, dark, just winter sort of flavors that just. It's winter in a glass. It's sitting by a campfire with friends, or sitting by
The fireplace.
this fireplace. There's a log
book.
roasting. There's Christmas music playing.
Yeah, and
there's
like-
a Christmas tree in the corner.
So let's talk real quick about Proper and about Sugar House Distillery.
Yes. Sugar House Distillery has always been grain to glass, and that's one of the things I very much like about Sugar House Distillery. This rye whiskey is made from Utah grain. It is fermented here in Utah at their distillery. It is distilled there. It is aged there. It is very much, if we could throw around the word terroir without being too pretentious, it's Utah in a bottle.
Well, and
It
James is just salt of the earth.
He
He's
is.
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
James
and
is
for
best.
me, out of all of the Sugar House Distillery offerings, their rye
Oh.
is my favorite by far. And I know I've said it on previous episodes where we've sampled, different versions of rye, but the Sugar House rye for me is top notch. It's up there on my top.
Their rye and then their wheat whiskey is one of my favorites.
I always find myself a little bit disappointed when I can't find the Sugar House rye and have to settle for something else. And that's exactly it. I'm settling for something else like Dickel or the big names.
No, why does it stand out so much to you over the other ryes?
Because it's spicy. It's rich.
complex.
It is very complex. And the more you drink it, the more you get more of those other elements of the bottle.
Well, and it's that
barrel.
small batch philosophy
Exactly.
where every
Quality over quantity.
every batch of Sugar House rye is different.
It really
I think we have batch 7 here
Yes.
tonight, and it is just improved every single batch that they create. And
It really
it's that spiciness of the rye, the complexity of the malt and the barley and everything that's sourced here in Utah just comes through really, really well.
It really does. It really does.
Honestly, prior to Sugar House, I don't know that there is anyone that was doing Utah grain to glass all in one
Yeah,
place.
probably
I really
not.
can't think of anyone that was doing that.
Yep, that wasn't a blended or something else.
And they consistently go head to head with much bigger brands from all over the country and the world and bring home medals. And that's definitely something worth recognizing, that we have that in our own backyard. The rye whiskey is a limited distribution bottle for the DABC. It's not on every shelf, so you probably would be well served to look it up on the website.
Or go to their
Or
bottle
go-
shop at 2100 South.
Or go to their
in,
bottle shop just
West
off
Temple.
of 2100 South in West Temple.
And get a tour.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
tasting.
Do a tour
Go,
and tasting.
go talk to James. He's a fantastic person.
Tell
He's
him we
great.
sent you.
Yes.
One of the things I really like about the rye is that it really is quintessential Utah. Like, it's very unique. It's not like any rye you're going to get back in Kentucky or Tennessee or anywhere else. It's very much a Western rye, and I really appreciate it for what it is.
We'll talk about Proper for a minute.
Yeah, the
Proper
beer.
Brewing. They've been in Salt Lake for a long time now.
Up in the avenue.
They started on a small brew pub up in the avenues, and now they've since expanded to their Main Street location as well. But as far as English style beer goes, you'd be hard pressed to find a more English ale unless it came from England.
Yeah, and outside of the cocktail, Proper has a fantastic line of beers.
They do.
Their Goza.
I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
Lake Effect.
Yeah, they're late.
The Lake Effect and the Lay Effect as
I
well.
like
Yeah.
the lay
Lay
effect
effect is
more.
fantastic.
They've had lots of other beers. The Gruit, if you're into the herbal scene.
Yes.
I've
That's one
never
of my
had a
favorites.
beer more herbal than Gruit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorites. That's just a mainstay. Anytime I go to Lake Proper, I have to order that one. And especially this time of year, I love their Foreign Gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Fantastic
Yeah.
beer.
Everyone
that
loves
one.
the Fort. I remember when that used to be like, you could just go and get some.
We used to get it before we go to
What's
the
the
zoo lights.
society we live in now?
I know.
Everybody's on the hunt. All right,
I'm gonna pay
Steve.
for this.
So the final word on your flip.
For me, that honestly, this is just Christmas in a glass. It's vanilla and spice and everything nice.
Zebra.
I wish there was like an adult ice cream shop and I could order this. This is like dessert to me.
This is a book next to a fire in the fireplace with the Christmas tree right next to it.
It's a lot of coffee forward for me, and honestly, I could wake up to this.
Yeah,
It's a great way to start your day.
that's fantastic.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to echo both Mike and Steve and say this is really kind of Christmas in a glass for me. Like, this is eggnog and waiting for Santa and the excitement of opening those presents under the tree when you're 8 years old and you can't wait to see what Santa brought you. This is fabulous and delightful.
You're not getting this under the tree. I'm just telling you.
Spoiler alert.
Keep the spirit.
Keep the spirit.
Spirit.